This is episode 267, Hand-Carved Ballsack.
Sorry, I just can't. This time, we're ranking weird guitars and talking about Star Wars, but mostly ranking weird guitars, and it's actually really fun. So
it's true.
Follow along.
It did come out to mostly. So if you get partway through the Star Wars thing and you're thinking, how long does this go on? Oh my God. Don't worry. There's actually more guitar than Star Wars.
Yeah, for once. So pull your phone out, follow along, rank these guitars with us. And welcome to the Tone Control.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a lot
to the
today.
listener, we didn't actually leave. So
no, that's right. This is all perfectly fucking normal. Let's maintain that. We're going to maintain that charade a little longer.
Dude, that's all I do.
Yeah. That's
all I do.
Okay, I'm going to jump right in. I built a bird shelter today.
Okay.
So there's the window box. We had these like flower window box things. And after a while, some birds started nesting in them. And then I slowly wore my wife down and she stopped making me put fake flowers in them twice a year, and changing them for the season, which is so irritating. And
okay, I'm with you.
But the birds kept using them, right? So actually, Aria's window, she has been cultivating families of birds now for several years.
Is cultivating? Never mind.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the end of the story, and then you tell me if she was cultivating. So she's had house finches, then she had robins, a couple of broods of robins, and then for like 2 or 3 years running, she's had mourning doves. And at this point, we're pretty sure generations of mourning doves have been using the same nest. But sometimes it gets the broods that get later into the summer, the sun starts baking down on them, and they don't make it. And we've been meaning to do this for a while, but there was just a new brood of mourning doves. There was 2 babies. They always have 2. And one of them turned up on the pavement the other day. And then later I looked at her and she was sitting on the other one and it was clearly dead. And I felt really awful.
That's bad.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Right. So I got like a piece of like eave vent. It's like thin aluminum with ventilation slats. Yep. And just some chunks of wood. And I built this sort of thing so it sort of sits at a 45-degree angle to the sun and just has otherwise access. This air can come and go because it's an open bowl nest, that they've been using, right? So I think they can get in and out easily from the sides. It should be fine. I'm hoping they don't get freaked out that it changed the way it looked, but it shades them from the sun. So I finally put that together this morning.
Awesome.
Because I was like, now's the moment, right? There's nobody in the nest because they just died.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, are they going to come back this year? Or are we going to have to wait till next spring to find out whether this worked?
That's a good question. I don't know. Mourning doves are one of those birds that mate for life, right?
I've heard that.
I think so.
That's very sentimentally appealing.
I appreciate a mourning dove. I like a mourning dove. They have the sound of, I don't know why, but the sound of nostalgia is very deeply rooted with mourning doves for me. And I'm learning now kind of everyone. So
that's extremely powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
They're totally used to us. Like we open the window, we look at them. We open the window, the mother turns her head and looks up at us with her blue eye, or it's the rim of it is blue. It's like really like pinkish blue, if that's a thing. But anyway, I've been vacuuming in there with the window open, just a screen between me and her, and she just sits there. She's cool. She feels very safe, and so do the babies, obviously. And like I said, for generations. So I really hope they come back.
I've heard with bunnies, this may be true for birds that are nesting birds as well. They prefer a house with a dog. I think you might have told me this now that I think about it.
That's what I'd been told. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would believe that. I do believe
Yeah.
that. That feels like it's real. That's real enough for me. I'm not going to fact check it.
Yeah, it's like there are situations where they'd run away, but like
Oh, yeah.
otherwise they're in charge. It's like the bunny versus the dog.
Bunny's
the
going to win
bunny's
every
in charge.
time.
The bunny's in charge.
Oh.
So bunny doesn't care.
But bunny versus hawk, not
Right.
even a game.
Nope.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a question I asked when I first detected bunnies in my yard, and I thought, "What are you doing?" And it's like, well, we have a play set that they're nesting under. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I today committed to a pretty big 3D printing project. So I too have been building things, but mine is not a bird shelter. Today I started and is currently still printing parts because I think it's going to take me like kind of all summer. A one-to-one life-size pit droid from the Phantom Menace.
Pit droid. So these are the ones that were doing like the
pit crew
the racers
droid.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah,
from the
so-
Mandalorian.
Correct.
Our
Correct.
younger listeners listen to me. Don't worry, guys. Don't write in. I know there are no younger listeners.
We have the metrics. We know. But yeah, cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I sometimes want to have like a semi-long-term project that I can like plan and do and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's really just at my own pace, which is fun. But today I started printing parts and it's using kind of the max milled volume of the printer. So as it gets right near the edge, it's like, uh-oh, and it just like curves right there. And I'm like, God, this is right on that last millimeter. It just knows. It's friggin' nuts.
These machines, man, right?
Yeah. So I've printed 2 parts that are like, all together like the size of a dinner plate, maybe a little bigger.
Wow.
And it's the base of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got this amazing set of files and plans with the original design that this guy made in 2019, an updated design that he made in 2023, and updated designs from when the pit droids appeared in Mandalorian. Because they were different.
Because you'd be, if you're a scholar, you notice these Star Wars things. But
so you can print the Mando one or the old one or the new one or any combination therein. They all fit together so you can make your own kit bashed pit droid.
Nice.
And so I'm starting with this because I've through like a couple days worth of looking into it. It seems like people kind of start with this specific model from this specific shop. And because it's like, it seems totally doable. It's just time.
Tried and true too. It's like
Yeah. And
can-
droids are pretty simple shapes. Like lots of flat planes. There's lots of angles and corners and little crevices and stuff, but there's not a lot of curves most of the time on droids.
Yeah.
In like the bigger pieces. So
besides where something might be dinner plate shaped, for example, but that's not
like it's round, but it's flat on either side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a disc. So, and then there's a dome on top of it, but it's still a very simple dome. It's not full of texture and stuff because it's just supposed to be bent metal. So, yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. And it came with like all these bonus files and stuff for like a stand to print for it. That its feet will anchor into, and it like lights from underneath with like that Imperial grating and stuff.
Cool.
It came with plans for the little Lola droid from Obi-Wan, young Leia's droid companion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, came with that. All kinds of stuff. It's insane. The files are incredibly accurate, but I've only printed like 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah.
And it's like, but this is like maybe a little bigger than I thought.
Well, I mean, the thing must be like almost 2 feet tall, maybe all put together.
Something like that. Yeah, they're not small, so it's going to be wicked though. Like even if I don't paint it right away or anything, like maybe I don't have a plan really. Just first plan is to just get all the parts,
See how
and then
it
I'll
goes
dry fit and then figure out a strategy for assembly and stuff. But yeah, dude, you even print all the dowels and stuff for it to fit together with. Awesome.
Love it. Dogs,
yeah.
heard that. That might not come through. I run us through some pretty. Anyway, in case it doesn't make it through the edit.
A dog barked outside.
A dog barked. That's awesome, man. Have you seen any of Acolyte?
Not yet. We're in like a TV show zone right now.
Yeah.
So we have one lengthy show and then one like half-hour show, and we don't even watch TV every day. So it's really difficult to like want to start a new thing because we're sometimes like, oh, my brain just doesn't work anymore.
Exactly.
But we are watching Dark Matter, and that's the lengthy show.
We are 3/4 the way through the book. It keeps like every time I turn on my Apple TV, it starts playing the trailer, and we're always like, get off of it. No spoilers.
Justin,
not that we.
I will say the book and the show are pretty different. But in like a cool, good way. Like it all still fits. But Blake Crouch, the author of the book, also wrote the show for television. So it's very it's right in with how it all should be. Yeah. But it's real good.
It's really cool. Good. We are into it, and we did get to read because we didn't get to read much through the whole thing. And but anyway, we've started again. We're probably 3/4 of the way through. Anyway, things are coming together in it. So we're into it for sure. I did watch. Marielle's not going to care about Star Wars stuff. Like she's past it. She watched most of Mandalorian. That was it. She's like, this isn't, which is all right because that's probably one of the better ones. But so I did watch the first Acolyte, and it's interesting since I watched it. Now, of course, my Google starts wanting to show me things about it, and it's all like these reviews in varying levels of spoiler-free or not that they sort of label themselves as. And I don't read that, but the headline is always, it seems really negative. Like the headline is like, the fan reception is the worst ever for a Star Wars show. The Rotten Tomatoes score is terrible. Somebody said that their spoiler-free review is that it was silly. And I just say like, I think...
Are we watching the same Star Wars? Because like, for one... Do you think old Star Wars wasn't silly?
Well, there's that. There is that. Exactly. I find myself thinking like I almost feel like if I see reviews of a Star Wars show and they say it's bad, that's going to be one of my favorite ones. And the ones that I think, besides Andor that I guess everybody did like and was good. But like,
I heard the opposite. See, this is so...
You heard that Andor was bad?
I heard everyone hated it, and here I am thinking it was great.
Oh, no. I thought, okay, well, whatever. I guess it's a spectrum. But I thought that Andor was the one people could agree on. But then the other ones...
Everybody complained about how slow it was. And I'm just like, the first episode or two episodes of Mando, nothing happens.
Nothing happens. It's... Yeah. I felt like the stuff that people kind of liked, I didn't care. Like, I didn't really like Obi-Wan at the end of the day. By the time I got all the way through it, I was like, meh. Whereas this one, I've only watched one, but I found myself feeling like these little moments felt very original trilogy to me, right down to the way the music worked with the show. It's not like original trilogy music, right? Because it's an expanded universe show. Sure. So they're not using the main themes, but
there's motifs.
There is something about like, the little cheesy, twinkly bits of music when they're on Tatooine and like, oh, suddenly we're going to cut to the shot of the droids in the distance. Da, 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 like this little like sort of weird cheesy little music.
Tags,
It's that sort of stuff was happening. We get to a scene and it goes wide and we're seeing a desolate environment. It's da, da, da. And I was like, that just feels, I don't know. So
that feels right, yeah.
Yeah, and at the same time, there is still this, it's modern Star Wars. So like the person, the guy ignites the lightsaber sort of corny at the end it's the end of the show. It's like the last scene. And what does he do? He says this cool line and then he ignites his lightsaber. And it's like, he's not going to use it in this scene. He's just doing it for dramatic effect. It would have been cooler if he didn't. You know what I mean? The mystery would have been better if he didn't do it.
Thing.
And that's me probably being too old, I think.
I don't know. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I'll let you know what I think. Yeah. I have such a... I've said this on the show before, I think, but like, I just don't have room in my life for people who constantly hate on Star Wars. So like, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing. Like, it blows my mind how many people watch this thing. And
thinking Star Wars owes them something is the impression I always get.
Yes. Fucking leave it alone. Why are you so concerned that it be good? And let's not forget, I say this all the time, original trilogy is not a cinematic masterpiece. It's like right?
They're all worse movies than you remember than you thought they were when you were a kid, at least.
Yeah.
And
so like it's just
whatever.
it's nostalgia core. Like that's super huge right now. Nostalgia is like I agree with John Hodgman when he says a very toxic emotion.
It can be.
It can be because you're choosing to ignore all the bad stuff more or less. And there's a feeling of nostalgia, like maybe not choosing, but that's nostalgia more or less.
It's what's happening to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know, like just take it for what it's worth. And if it's not worth anything to you, then don't take it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
like I'm not up to speed on Marvel, but I'm not watching it and complaining about how bad it is.
This was better back when, it's like something didn't live up to what you expected after watching Endgame. And it's like, well, you could watch Endgame.
It's still there.
You can still do that. So for what it's worth, I found myself watching that episode and feeling little things going, hey, that sort of gives me a feeling like this cheesy thing from A New Hope,
I really liked Andor because it was a slower pace and a longer season. It had a better dramatic arc, I think, of like really steeping these characters in. And also, I think it was the only real example where I felt that the Empire was actually really dangerous and actually really bad and a huge threat.
Right.
So the rest of the time, they're just sort of like canonical bad guys. And that's cool. But like this time it was really like...
They were cast as bad guys, so...
Right. And this time there's like actual proof of how menacing they are, even to each other, which is like really a critical detail. So
yeah, it was tons of fun. And fully agree. And I also like, it's like that's it. It's like, do I have fun when I'm watching it? Cool. And the patience. That's what I love. And that's what I mean by like, maybe I'm too old. I like the patience of not having to wave everything in your face, because in spite of how cheesy and kids movie stuff the original trilogy was, like that's something that I think you can sort of hang on to and say, the style of Star Wars actually wasn't all the exposition right up front. It was actually like, and maybe, it's a side effect because he actually didn't know where the fucking story was going, in spite of what everybody would like to believe. And he's making it up as he goes along. But like, that created mystery because there isn't an answer to that. And then later he changed it. And it's like, so it turned out to be something different anyway, because who cares? So
do you think these are the same people, the same type of people, I should say, that are like anti-guitar modeling? that are just like, back in my day, tube amps, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, yeah, like those are cool. Don't get me wrong. But also...
Is that what I sound like when I say I don't like lightsaber graphics? I liked it when they were skinny and like weird. And now they're like a defined tube in space. And I don't like that. Like, that's not what I want. But like, whatever. I'm not going to yell at you about it. But like, I wish it looked like Obi-Wan's did, when you could almost... It was almost like a...
The rotoscoping was not
great. Rotoscoping was terrible, and it looked like weird, and it shimmered.
But see, this is the thing. Yeah. Like, maybe this is how George wanted them to look the whole time, and now they can.
Well, clearly, because when he was put in charge of a computer that could draw them, he drew them like that, and that's how they are now. So,
I've heard from a number of interviews that from people who have worked closely with George Lucas, even people like Steven Spielberg, they say he is, at the time, back then, even through the prequel trilogy, he was just too far ahead of his time. Like, it was that scene from Iron Man where he's like, I'm limited by the technology of my time. It was like truly that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's why it has the look it has. And now that technology is a kind of a non-issue, right? Like, we've got things like the volume for them to shoot in. Like, all bets are off. So it can be whatever you want. And I don't know, people just, I don't know. Stop complaining about things people like. What the hell?
Yeah. If it turns out the story's good, then I will like that I had fun watching it. And if it turns out the story's bad by the end, then I will not like that I had fun watching it. But I still will have had fun probably. Yeah. And I just won't watch it again.
I'm just of the mindset that like I'm one of these people that like, I've got preferences for Star Wars. Like I can get into that if we haven't already 20 minutes into the show. But like I also am very like, well, any Star Wars is good Star Wars. Like, I'll take it. I just love the universe. I love the look and the feel and the vibe and like the whole thing. So it doesn't matter if it's the worst one of the bunch. Yeah. If it's on while I'm flipping channels or something, which doesn't happen anymore because I don't have cable. But like, if it's on, I'm going to watch it. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time with Phantom Menace, because I'm just not in that space. Like, I don't care enough to, I don't know, it's still fun. Lightsabers are cool. Space cowboys are cool.
They are. You know, one thing that annoys me, and it's got nothing to do with Star Wars actually, is that when I try to watch these things on my computer, because like wife's watching something on the TV or whatever schedules, on a browser like Disney Plus, and it's not just them, looks terrible. Like the resolution is awful. Whereas if I put it on a TV, it looks great. So there's something they're doing differently in their app that's on the Apple TV versus if you just
Do you have Dolby Vision?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, Dolby Vision is like a protocol that like the Apple TV can send to your TV if your TV is Dolby Vision equipped.
Oh,
and it's like high contrast. High
no,
FPS,
my
like all that
TV
stuff.
is like my TV is of an age where it's like before the smart TV. It's like the year before they had built-in apps. So I have none of that fancy stuff on my TV.
So
but it
our
still
TV
looks
has
better
all those,
on that. Coming
our
off the
TV
Apple
has
TV.
all those bullshit apps, but it also has Dolby Vision. And so when we put a Dolby Vision show on, the TV like cycles for a second and comes
so
back
it's going
on
into like an
this
HDR mode or something.
Super HDR. It's out of control how good it looks. Like it is truly the richest experience for that kind of stuff. Anyway, we should
that's
do
awesome.
this show.
But I don't even have that. Like I can see pixels.
Yeah,
that shouldn't
pixels
be
that
there
are like
because
pixels
like
displaying a very dark gray.
Yeah, I have like a
black.
maximized browser, and like the logo comes up Acolyte, and I can see jaggies in the logo. It's like that's not acceptable, and there's no quality setting where it's like it accidentally went to 480p or something because that doesn't exist. It's
almost like you can see the masking.
Exactly. Anyway, it's been that way for years. I remember getting onto when Disney Plus first came out. I was like, wow, look, everything's here, and I just put on Phantom Menace for a second, which is why I thought of it. You said that. And it's like, this looks like shit. If I go play this on my TV, it's going to look fine. But this looks like shit. It's all pixely and crap. Okay. This is the trouble with us, Derek, is we fucking need...
I know. We need to have a different time that we just chat.
We need to have a different thing that's not this where we just chat about bullshit. Okay, I'm going to pick I'm going to pick a quick one here.
Iconic.
But like the thing was, we didn't have anything to talk about maybe 40 minutes ago. Well, longer than that now that I talked for 30 minutes.
I'm still coughing a ton because the pollen here is registering on meteorological equipment as clouds. So I'm not kidding. I saw a thing from a Boston TV network, TV station, news station. And they were showing that, like, this thing, that's pollen. That's not a cloud. The computer's confused. Yeah. And it's absolutely horrid, except it's, like, kind of dry and cool outside. So I also have the windows open, so it's my fault.
Yeah,
but, God, so apologies again for coughing fits during the show. It just keeps happening. But anyway, so, we were talking in Discord. What do we talk about in this podcast since nobody cares about Guitar Gear anymore? And... Nobody named Derek cares about Guitar Gear anymore. And everybody's like riffing on listicles, I guess you could call them, or like top 10 lists.
Top 10 lists. Which obviously I was going to turn into top 6 lists because it's a guitar podcast.
Right.
And we're not monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I would go to Reverb and just elsewhere across the internets to find some gear. And get a fuck yeah or a fuck no from Justin.
Should it be binary or should we rate them out of 6?
Is it like a 1 to 6? Is it S tier, A tier? Like, is it smash or pass?
It's E to E.
Which E is the good one?
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to do this scale in dadgad.
Okay, but that doesn't solve anything.
It adds a third D.
It actually makes it worse.
Yeah. Okay.
The highest, least, and middlest score.
Oh, wait, how many do I have here? 1, 2,
okay.
3.
So I'm going to throw...
Oh, I have 7 to look
7?
through.
It's a 7 string. It's fine.
It's a 7 string.
This is just
so there's
more
a low
modern.
B. Yeah. It's the new metal version.
All right. So Derek's provided a set of links that I haven't previewed. So I don't know if that thing, maybe it should just be binary. But anyway, we're really, really trying here.
So, well, now here's the thing. Do you want to rank it and lock it in? And then like blind rank, not knowing what comes next?
I haven't prepped and don't have any of those things that, the tier list.
Yeah.
That you can manipulate. I would have had to like preload that with things, but before now.
I mean, I can just like keep a note real quick. But I'm saying like, but rating it, not knowing what's coming next might be kind of fun.
Okay. Yeah, I should have to lock it in, right? Okay, so I'm going to throw this up on screen. This is our note sheet behind the curtain.
Yeah.
This isn't behind the curtain. This gets copied into the show notes every week. Okay, so looks at top to bottom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, top to bottom. So we're looking at the Alley Cat Cadillac 59.
Yeah. This is going to be an episode for the visual listener, I guess. So let me just describe this here. This is a guitar that's like, it looks like a little flying V thing, but it's actually the fin of like a Cadillac and there's a tail light on it.
Yeah.
And it's also a little like, I don't know, what do you call that other shape? Like it's got a single cut, but...
Yeah, it's got a cutaway, but the front is... So like
it's a little out of proportion.
What do I call that? What do I call the front?
Like the upper, I call it the bout. I don't know if that's correct, but like an upper
I bet that
bout.
is correct.
Like
my daughter's
the pickup
cello had
selector would
bouts that she was supposed to hold or not hold. Yes, okay, so it's basically like it's Gibson on the top bout, right? Mm-hmm. And then the rear, the bottom is a cutaway, but it's more
too
aggressive.
Big and pointy. Yeah.
It's trying to be it's like it was going to be the rest of the car, right? But then they had to cut it away.
Yeah. And it's this really cool like retro shell pink color with the chrome, lots of chrome. There is an actual Cadillac badge and taillight fastened to this guitar.
There is. Oh, here's a little zoomed in.
Yeah,
so
it
we
looks
got
relict.
What is this, Filtertron?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Bridge. Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to talk through this. I like the commitment to it, right? Right down to making the paint looks like automotive paint.
Yeah.
The legit tail light. Oh my God, there's two.
Oh, double tail. Yeah.
It's a double tail light. This looks like it could be, I mean, this looks fantastic. It could be legit like factory parts.
So like, I guess part of the rating system I was thinking of is, would you play it? Like, would you?
Yeah.
So for all of these guitars, let's say, like they're just here. Money. Yeah. You don't have to. We're not complaining about price. We're not complaining about playability or anything like that. Let's just say they're all doing what they need to do. Yeah. Just based on looks and style and aesthetic, would you smash or pass? And then we'll give it a 1 out of 7.
Okay. Nope. Getting away from that. So back to the big shot here. Okay. Would I play it? Absolutely not.
Okay.
It looks unreasonably heavy and out of balance.
It does.
Me. It looks like it would be horrible to hold.
It does not look comfortable, especially with the taillight on the back.
Exactly. Now, I really love the commitment to the whole thing here. Like, I love to look at it, and I think it would be funny to see someone play. But I would never dream of it.
Like, do you have to play rockabilly if you have this?
I think you have to play, but you also have to have somebody help you from tipping over. Okay, here's my problem. Here's why I think this is a flop. This is so close. And I keep saying commitment. I love the commitment, but it didn't come out right. And here's what would have saved it. That tail light is angled wrong. The tail light needs to come straight off of that neck. And if you have to, for accuracy, if you have to shift the whole thing over, make the guitar even weirder shaped, then you should have done it. Because that tail light, it looks stupid as hell.
Yeah, it is kind of an obscure angle. It's just
take
there.
that little tube thing, like slide it down, point that at the pickup selector or whatever knob this is, right?
Yeah.
It looks bad. It doesn't look as bad from this. Well, it still looks kind of bad because
you're not seeing all the hardware. Yeah.
Right. If you were zoomed out, you'd see that it was still misaligned from the neck. It's a really cool idea. I think ZZ Top would look great with this if it was aligned. Yeah. If it was aligned.
You know what I don't like though is that straight line that's not the V, not the flying V portion straight line, but that other one that goes into the offset of
so
the body.
It's just on the top right now. It's like the tummy cut area.
Yeah, it's just like the rest of the guitar is like either straight or curvy, and that one's just like not quite either. You know, like the angle from the other portion, it's just it's odd. And
doesn't it look like that would be fixed if they did what I said? Like if you just took that whole thing and just
like aligned a grid.
And then maybe we'd have a straight line from that bout all the way up to the point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it would be way too tall, but like you're not complaining because the rear end of this is big. It's giant. So it's doing that isn't going to hurt you. It would just look, it would be elegant. It would have a straight line across.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question after you rate it.
Okay, and I'm rating this from E to E.
From low E to high E?
Low E to high E. I think, like, you could do worse. I really don't like that misaligned taillight. I think I would give this, like D tier or...
okay.
Sorry, like, which one is the bad one?
Okay,
is the low E bad? Should I skip this string thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's funny, but it's also like too much work.
It's either an A or a B because I don't know which side's bad.
All right, let's say that high E, string 1, will be good.
Okay, then
so
this
low E is bad.
Then I'm giving this an A. A for almost as bad as it gets.
Oh, I'm going to write in parentheses A, fifth. Like fifth place, fifth string. Okay,
fifth string.
Cool.
Okay,
now,
great.
The question I was going to ask you is, would your opinion on this guitar change if the taillight lit up? I don't know if it does.
Okay.
But like...
I was about to say, does it?
Because if it doesn't, like, does that ruin something? Or if it does it ruin something?
No, it's better if the taillight lights up. That is definitely better.
Okay.
But it also is just going to kind of highlight to me that they just misaligned that, right? So So I don't think it bumps it into a different rating. It's definitely better. I will say this, if it lined up, I think this would probably be like B tier.
Okay. Really?
And yeah, exactly.
Wait,
like,
low B because we're doing 7-string.
Oh my God, I forgot we're doing 7-string. Okay, I think I want to change this to just a regular tier list because I cannot keep this straight. And
all right, I'm just going to go fifth.
So I think this is 5th place, D tier, and I would make it B, like 2nd place, if that thing lined up. If that thing lined up, it would be like, cool. I'm still not playing it, but that's just because I'm just never going to be like doing that kind of thing. But like if ZZ Top was playing
I'm curious if you're going to ever be doing the thing of any of these guitars have
Exactly.
But.
So I think like in fairness, maybe there are guitars out there where you'd be like, oh, this one I would definitely play. It's not going to be anything you would have picked out for this event.
Right. Yes. Well, maybe. There's one I'm kind of curious about. There's one that I would definitely play.
All right.
And just for fun, this guitar is $10,000. Next.
Yeah. Next on the list, the 1974 Burns Flight Concorde.
Yep.
Flight with a Y, because why not?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it looks like a meeple.
This is a weird shot with the guitars in the background. I'm having trouble focusing on it. I need it zoomed in a little better. I think I like this.
Yeah?
Yeah. It looks
like a small body.
It's like a tennis racket.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
It's got a 0 fret.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a burn in the fretboard right above the...
I think so.
I think it's got a severe cigarette burn in the first fret.
Weird-ass case. Weird-ass headstock.
I like this.
Yeah?
I do. I like this. Or back to this shot.
So it's like a natural, like a walnut type of finish almost. It's got what must be humbuckers. But it's like...
But they're shaped funny. They're like custom humbuckers, right?
So here's the thing. It's the Illuminati.
Yeah.
No, it's the... it looks like the Ouija board pointer, but it's got little fins on it.
Oh, yeah. What does this say on the side here?
I think it says Flight, like it's the name of the guitar.
Oh, Flight. Yep. I do. I like a wood finish. I like a walnutty or mahogany kind of natural finish. I like that. I think I would play this.
Yeah, you'd be seen with this?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's almost, it looks like it's going to have almost an SG kind of feeling to hold it, right? Because it's so small.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, see, there's the strap peg right behind the...
Oh, it's on the neck plate. And the other one's down in the, I'm going to call that the crotch.
It has a crotch, right?
Yeah.
The rear end, the back strap button is like recessed into the...
Yeah, it's a crotch.
It is.
Like that's where...
Because it makes the whole guitar look like it has its legs, right?
Its legs, yeah. And these little like baby doll tee sleeves.
Yeah. I think like we're never going to be able to fully describe this. So if in audio version, people, you're going to have to be following along you're going to have to pull the phone out of your pocket, click the link in the show notes to see what I'm talking about. But I do. I like it. I like the weird horn things even. I'm not bugged by those.
Yeah. Probably makes it so you can
like
sit
handles.
with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You could put your knee right into that. Yep.
Yep. I bet it's really lightweight.
It's light and comfortable. It looks like, I mean, the SGs kind of dive, don't they?
They do neck dive, yeah.
Okay, well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't
Well, it looks like it's a maple neck. I bet it would.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's
whatever.
like all neck. It's a small body guitar.
You know what? Your hand is on the neck of the guitar. That's why that...
Hold it up.
You'll be fine.
You
Hold
wimp.
it up, you fucking baby.
Okay.
I like it. It's got a telly bridge. It's got all kinds of stuff. Totally custom shape on all this pick. The plate, like the acrylic.
pick guard?
Yeah, the pick guard and the control plate. No chrome.
Are two separate pieces, right?
Yeah, two separate pieces, but they're not like metallized or anything like that. Nah, I dig it. I dig it. This is I don't want to say S tier. This is A tier because I want to give myself somewhere to go. But I really like it. And it's
so
different.
Okay, so we'll say this is second place?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
1974 Burns Flight Concorde.
So second place, right? Oh, that's right, because I have 7 to rate. So so you're keeping track of my ratings and places. I was sort of not thinking of it that way at first. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying like blind rate them. Like I know in those tier lists you can have multiples.
I can have multiples in the thing, but I'm committing
saying,
to second place. This is my second place finisher this early. Okay.
Right, but I'm saying that you can't share a slot.
Right, exactly.
We have to put these guitars in order.
Yeah, and this one's only $2,700.
Yeah, it's in France, so there's $900 shipping. But
you plan a trip, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. Plan a trip.
Cool. Okay. Second,
I love it.
The 1974 Burns Flight Concorde.
Yeah. Okay. 1883. 1983. Apex Camel Chenoy.
I'm going to say Chenoy.
Chenoy. I like Chenoy.
There's like every vowel in that word.
Yeah, it's all the vowels. Eek. Okay. What the fuck am I looking at? Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
look what it's doing to the stand. That's how you know.
Yep. I mean, you got to have one of those stands that grabs it by the headstock, I guess. We got to see what this headstock looks like. Show me. Oh, man.
Yeah, so it's like shark. It's like upside down shark fin.
It's like a shark. Yeah, it's like if a shark was a guitar.
Yeah.
What's going on with these knobs,
cool sparkly blue. There's like stacked concentric pots.
These are terrible pots. These pots don't fit the motif. Oh, but wait, look at these buttons. And they're labeled
so
for the player. Memory? Does this have an echo built into it?
And it says cancel.
I think it says program, memory, and cancel. I think it's got effects built into it.
It's probably got effects, yeah.
Whoa, okay.
So it's like a sparkly blue sunburst, like that's darker blue at the edges and a lighter blue. It's a subtle burst.
Triangle inlays. I like it. Yeah.
It's a shreddy boy. It's got some gold hardware. But like you can't sit, you know, like you can't.
Yeah.
What's that thing? Oh, look, it's got a little kickstand, so you can sit.
Wait, that's what this is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. So you could swing this out. It looks like it's a little curved little knee grip.
Yeah.
Because of course you can't do a shreddy boy that you can't put on your knee, right? Because
you got to put it on your left knee, so you're the cool classical guy.
Right.
Yeah. It's neck through. Look at that. Or at least it appears to be neck through.
They finished it well enough. The back is all finished. We've got these sort of brushed metal control plates.
Yep.
Got a volute. It looks as old as me.
It's got that cool volute at the bottom of the neck.
The
where
bottom
it like
of the,
kicks.
Yep.
It's got a little do a kick.
Here's a better look at this. Yeah, so program, and then there's a selector, and it looks like
and that selector looks mechanical.
Yeah, exactly. We're adding flair here. we're adding points. What does this say here? Apex. Is that what it was called? Apex.
Yeah, that's the brand, I'm assuming.
Nashville. Apex Nashville CO. What? Is there a Nashville in Colorado?
Is it company? That'd be stupid to call your guitar company Apex Nashville Company, but
but it seems to be here. I mean, it's one or the other.
I like the inlays. I don't mind the headstock either.
Yeah.
Is that a brass nut?
Okay, so and here it is with the little kickstand sticking out, so we can get a good look at that. Wow.
Let's start simple. Would you play it?
It's really not for me, but I don't know, man. Those buttons.
You kind of want to see what it does. You know?
I really hated the knobs at first, but then I see these buttons and the like ka-chunk radio button kind of selector up there, and I'm thinking like, what is in here? Is there a Bucket Brigade chip in this or something? You know what I mean? That would be insane. It would be.
Yeah, there's a battery door on the back, so
absolutely unhinged. Which really puts it into a different category, right? The little kickstand thing, like. Okay, I can't.
It does perpetually look like it's going to fall over, but yeah.
It does. I can't play this because I can't play at all in a way that you would have to be able to play to look cool while doing this. Like I would need to be able to, you know what I mean? Like
all that legato shit. Yeah,
exactly. Like I would now, if you're a person who can sit down and be like, ha ha ha, and like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, oh, I hit my mic, like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, push some buttons, flip out my kickstand, and then just, solo for a bit, then who is going to deny you the shark guitar, right?
This is that factor of like, do you need to be cool enough to play it, or does playing it make you cool?
This is a great idea.
What, the segment or the
this
guitar?
Whole thing is great, yes. I mean, I think this guitar might be great. I don't like it as much as so I need to settle. I don't like it as much as the last one, but it's locked into its thing, and there's nothing on it that annoys me like the Cadillac being out of alignment, right? I think they have hit everything on here.
Like they nailed what they were going for.
Exactly. I think they could have used different knobs and gotten away with it, but
I agree. Those look like the crappy BYOC knobs.
Yeah, like in 1983, maybe this was a high-tech looking knob,
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's probably the same plastic that's on this little selector. That gray, like, what do you call that? Like Bakelite?
Bakelite, yeah.
I bet they're made out of that. Okay, so I think I should give this a 3rd or 4th place. And I have 7 to do, and I've spent 6 already. I think I should give this, what if something good comes along?
That's the risk you take, my man.
It is.
that's the fun of all this.
I'm coming around to thinking this is really cool, though.
This is not what I expected you to say about this guitar.
I know. Is there a way to know what that thing does?
See if it's in the description. Yeah.
Let's go into the description here. Condition.
No, go up to scroll up and then hit see more, show more.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, cool. No,
that's nothing. That's all we get. Guest from another planet. Catch it if you dare. Okay. Yeah. All right. Ask for any info or pictures.
I mean, I'm not going to write to
I'm
this
not
guy
going to
during
send
our
you
show.
a message
But
right now, but like obviously the question is, what the fuck are the buttons for?
let me see if I can find it.
Is there
here.
any? Yeah, like is there any way to? So what is this? Handcrafted vintage Japan bizarre, spelled the cool way. Apex Kamel Shinoi custom shop, 1983 sparkle. I should think so.
1983. Oh, so I found one here that's got a trem on it and is a different shape. It's a little more guitar regular shape. It is called a programmable guitar, but it appears to have all the same
Same
electronics. Bits. Yeah. Okay, pictures.
I just want it like.
Yeah, I don't know what it does.
If it's a distortion, I'm bored. But why would there be a selector? So it doesn't make sense. And there wouldn't be a cancel for that, right? So it has to be some kind of like echo or something, right?
Yeah.
Is there like comments or anything?
No. I don't think Reverb does that.
Okay.
These are pretty hard to find info about.
I think I'm gonna say fourth place. Would have been third if I could confirm that was like a legit Bucket Brigade echo in there, because how absolutely unhinged. That's like some Earthquaker.
Okay, I'm sorry. What place did you give it?
I'm giving it fourth place.
Fourth place.
Because I can't tell for sure if that's an echo. I think it would be third place if it was an echo.
But there's no control. Well, there's the other switches and stuff down there.
There's a bunch of stuff down there. And at the top you've got basically probably start
what if it's
program
like a
and stop
chorus
program
or something? It's 83. It could be a chorus.
It could be a chorus. But we got the selector. It could be a multi-effect. Could they fit that in there with the tech back then? I don't know. Because like an echo would have had to have its own dedicated chip. Chorus is not that complicated. You only need a couple of repeats for that, right? But I don't know.
If I have time in between now and our next episode, I'll try to find out what this thing is. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's fourth. Okay. So next, the 1992. This is a great
Samick thing.
Yeah. The 1990. I just got distracted by what we're doing.
So good, isn't it?
By what I'm actually doing right now. 1992 Samick thing. This came out of like 40 minutes before airtime. Derek's like, okay, so we should really fucking figure out what we're doing. And I was like, well, I've got no ideas. And Derek's like, okay, never mind. I got this.
Check this out.
Okay.
This looks like an olive dish. It looks like a friggin'
it's a charcuterie board. The weird Samick guitar from 1992 with Steinberger tremolo. Okay. Now this is this
HSS
looks very
config.
Kind of modern for 1992, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like a teardrop shape sort of, but with like cutaways.
Yeah, it's like sort of combined. It's like layered teardrops. Because look at I like this. It's a cool design, I guess.
But as a guitar, like I don't.
Yeah.
Pretty normal.
Okay, now we've got the locking nut, lock nut, which is for this tremolo. So under. So it's
4 switches and 2 knobs. So
these are like
phase
pickup phases. Yeah.
Probably coil taps. Yeah.
So in that so that looks like that lever probably locks this off so that you can play it more normally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I as I said, I like a natural finish. I like the woodworking, but I don't really like anything else about it. I don't think it fits.
I think it's too small. Yeah,
it's small. It doesn't have any kind of kickstand or whatever.
That angle looks like a Ballsack.
It's a nutbag guitar. I think that's it. You figured it out.
Yeah.
So
bolt on neck.
Wow,
oh, look at that.
The tool holder. It's got its Allen keys in its hex keys sit securely behind the headstock.
I've seen that once or twice. That's cool.
Ready to have the bridge adjusted at any moment. Well, is that an indictment though? Does this bridge need constant adjustment? Okay, so this looks like it needs to be like kind of a shredder guitar. And
yeah, but
I
it's also
don't
kind of
think-
too round for that.
Right. It doesn't, the body shape doesn't work for that, right? It doesn't work for what it's trying to do. So I think it's in conflict with itself. It's nicely made.
Yeah,
I think the body
figuring
shape's in
of,
conflict.
like, the wood is beautiful. The shape that they've kind of carved into the top is beautiful, but maybe not for a guitar.
Yeah.
It does look like a cheese
if it was gonna
board.
be, if it was gonna be this, this should be the body shape for like something that was like a nylon string kind of thing, and you'd be fitting with your own goals,
A little more
right?
ergonomic.
So this is the opposite of like they committed to the bit and the shark guitar was born, right? Like this is like, yeah, but let's make our shredder guitar like shaped like a nutsack. What to do with that? So this, oh God. Okay, so I still have a 6th place. No, wait. I used my 6th place. I have a 7th and a 5th.
You have used 2, 4, and 5.
I used 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I gave the Cadillac guitar, I think I meant to give it second to last. That's because I didn't realize, I thought I was giving it D tier, as in there's only one more tier below.
All right, I'll allow it.
You
I'll
don't,
give that 6th.
okay, that's not a rule change. Okay.
That's fine. Is any of this real, Justin? Come on.
This is very important. Okay, so
I think are the inlays cool?
Sorry,
like these
I'm
little
switching.
pointy
I should be
arrow things?
reading this on my other screen. Yeah, no, the inlays are fine, but that's the thing.
It's a bound neck.
That neck and the whole like mechanical stack is straight out of something that should be a flying V.
Yeah.
Like it was taken off of
Super
a flying
Strat.
or something like that. Yeah, the HHS or sorry, SSH is what we've got here, right?
Yeah.
Or HSS. Which way do we count from? Anyway, yes. Right, Super Strat or a Flying V, anything like that, that could be dropped into.
Mm-hmm.
But the very nicely finished, hand carved Ballsack that this was actually put onto is not right for it. So, anyway, I gotta stop flipping to that because that shows on the screen. I've used 6th and 4th
And second.
and 2nd. I'm leaving myself gaps.
Yeah.
There's got to be something worse on here, right? How many do I have left? 2 left?
1, 2, 3, 4 left.
What? I have 4 left? Of course, because we were just outlining.
Oh, wait, no,
what I
I'm
have
sorry.
left.
3 left. 3 left.
Okay. I'm afraid to give this last place because of the ball sack. But like it kind of deserves it, right? Because the other option is I give it 5th place.
Yeah.
There could be a real doozy in here.
You want some coaching? I think you could safely give this 5th place.
Okay, I could be safe in 5th and leave myself the extreme. Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that's right.
So would you play it?
Play the ball sack.
Would you play it? Yeah. Would you?
For a second.
Come on.
I'd play it for a second.
See what all those switches do. You know,
give it a tickle.
Give it a little tickle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see what the switches do. Sure, I would. Yeah. I would play it. It's like going to see the biggest ball of twine, right?
Yeah, it's a little roadside America.
Yeah, it's not going to be my guitar. But we had already outlined at the beginning, like none of these are going to be my guitar, right? Because I'm boring. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right. We've got a Zakk Wylde. All right. So the 2009.
Yeah. So there was a key detail of the description of this guitar I did not put in the bullets because it would have given it away. But this one is encrusted with Swarovski crystal.
What the fuck?
Can you think of two? Can you think of two more opposite things than Zakk Wylde and crystal?
Jesus. So the 2009 Gibson Zakk Wylde Les Paul Custom Bullseye Unplayed Swarovski crystals and gold.
Yeah. I think the gold is misleading. This guitar has gold hardware anyway. So, but look closely there. Ugh.
Wow. Okay, we gotta hold on. We're zooming in.
It looks textured like a basketball.
It looks textured like a snake, except
a little bit, but less cool.
Oh man. Oh, okay. So those are like it's bedazzled.
Yeah, bejeweled. Yeah.
Yes, bejeweled. What did I say?
Bedazzled? I think it's both.
Oh, but look at the caps on the.
They look like little mirror balls.
Mirror ball knobs.
Disco ball style.
This is gaudy and horrid. And I hate gold hardware to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
yeah, and I don't know how you feel about Zach Wilde.
We haven't. Well, I think the guy's absolutely wild for one thing. But
you want to hear something really great?
What?
Zach Wilde follows me on Instagram.
Good.
Yeah. You want to hear something even better?
What?
I don't follow him back.
Okay. This is shaping up to be last place.
Okay.
I don't like gold hardware to begin with. And there's nothing about this that is different than just a regular Gibson.
Yeah,
Les
it's just
Paul.
finished stuff. Like it's
Except
a Les
that
Paul.
They bedazzled it. Yeah. There's nothing cool about the body shape. It's not a theme because Zach Wilde is obviously not crystal themed.
Yeah, like why was this made? You know?
Yeah.
Who's this for? Was it made for Swarovski? Was it made for Gibson?
Was it made for the price tag? We haven't really been considering price in
Yeah, I think as far as like the would you play it, like let's not talk about like the quality of the guitar because we'll assume that like it plays well, it does what it should, I think, because that's a factor. Because I don't want to look at a photo and be like, well, the frets are lifting, and that's not.
Even the frets are gold.
That's a bit much.
Which
the
is
truss
like
rod cover.
They're not really, obviously, because it would just wear right off. But like, or maybe they are, and that's why it was never played.
Yeah.
Why are they bending the strings? Like, is this a thing in guitar photography? Do you do this?
I think it's for people who maybe want to show fret wear, but if this guitar was never played.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to confirm that it was never. Okay. Yeah, but
I really don't like the gold truss rod cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come there's no rhinestones or crystal at the headstock?
Why isn't there crystal on the fretboard is my question. Because, like,
see,
frankly, if they did that, I would give them a better rating. Because it would be like, well, at least they know nobody's fucking playing this.
Yeah, like this is what happens when you don't fully commit to the bit.
Right.
Yeah, see, this started as, wouldn't it be funny if? And then it was like,
look at this picture where they've drawn in, like, sparkles and shit.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
It's bad, right?
Last place.
Okay, 7th.
Last place. You're fired. This is it's only $12,000. Ended. Does that mean somebody bought it?
Not actually for sale. Some of these are not current. They're just guitars that are horrible.
Okay.
So now for the next one,
I only have
coming in. You have 2 left. So you have first and third.
Yeah, first and third is all I have left. Okay.
So the next one, little bit of a curveball. It's actually a bass.
Okay.
But all the same rules apply.
Fender Performer bass. Ooh.
1985.
I don't think I can give this first. Okay, so 1985/87 faded cream gold Performer bass.
Now, do yourself a Google and find another pic of this bass because I think this color is not doing justice to this instrument.
Okay.
I saw one that was kind of bluish. So it's such like 80s.
Former cream bass.
No, not cream. The cream is what we want to get rid of.
I see. I thought you were telling me that this photo didn't make the color.
No. I'm sorry.
86 here. Oh.
Yes.
So here's one with like a wood finish, and we all know how I feel about those.
And the black?
Wait, this is a totally different pickup. This is a P bass. Or no, it's a PJ.
PJ.
This is a totally different guitar, though.
But the body shape's the same.
Going back to this one, the body shape's the same.
Yes. All right, so let's do the new one then. Let's do this one.
Want to take this one? Okay, the pictures aren't nearly as big. We're going to have to like... Well, I like this a lot better, though, because like a PJ is kind of...
Yeah.
That's kind of the ultimate bass. I mean, as much as I love my J bass, the only thing that would make it better, especially in my studio, is if it was a P bass and then also a J bass. Yeah. This is a cool guitar.
Yeah.
This is a very cool guitar.
This is
this other one, this one over here, this is nothing. I don't know what this is. What's going on with the pickups here? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I don't love those.
All right,
it was
we're
the
gonna
only
get
one
rid
I
of
could
this.
find on Reverb. So,
Okay. What am I looking at then? This is Reverb.
oh well, maybe it just didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't search the right thing, but
Google
think it's-
found it, not Reverb search, I guess.
yeah, I think it's the black pickguard with the natural wood. It's got black binding.
It has binding, and I can see the wear, which looks fantastic. It's not like relic or something.
Yeah.
It looks so legit. This I really like.
I'd play the hell out of it.
Number. I'd play the hell out of this.
I think the headstock's a little dorky, but like,
oh, I'd get over it in a heartbeat.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Because look at even the knobs kind of match the body. They're like brass.
yeah, patinaed brass.
Oh man. And these are EMGs. I can see it's a little worn off, but it's got EMGs. It's got a strap button. Great. Nice little zoom in there. Oh, no, I see. It's not binding. It's like the whole edge.
Yeah. So it's
the
got a
whole
natural
curved
top.
edge is like painted black.
Is the back black?
Is the whole edge bound? Look, the back is the same finish. And then
This
we've
is
got
so
this.
cool.
This is a really cool guitar. Yes. This is it. This is the first place.
First place.
There's no
Lock
way
it
we're
in.
getting no way we're getting third place for this guy. This is great.
There's also no way that the next guitar deserves third place. So-
Okay. Awesome. $3,000. I think this guitar is definitely worth $3,000.
It's
Gosh.
cool as hell.
Yeah, cool as hell.
I
All right,
love it's like the angles on the
Yeah.
horns of that thing are so good.
they're like knuckly.
Yeah, they only made this guitar for this bass for like 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
So they're a little hard to come by, but it's got some mojo. Like it is. I bet it sounds awesome.
That's very cool. So I wonder what went on with the pickups on the Performer, because like what makes it a Performer then? If they just, I guess maybe they weren't settled, so they just put whatever they felt like in it. Excuse me.
Well, I think it's the body shape.
It's the body
like,
shape,
you can
and then yeah.
If you get a jazz bass, like this is the thing that comes up all the time. Like say you get a Telly, but it's got P90s. People still call that a Telly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Point taken. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. It looks really thin. It looks like it would be comfortable.
Yeah. I bet it's got that cool like Gibson grabber kind of sound too. I don't know why it gives me that vibe. It just does.
I think it's got a PJ sound because
Yeah. It does.
it does, which is a great sound.
Yeah. All right, last one, third place. You want to see what you got?
I am glad. Regardless of what happens here, I'm glad. So the 2011 Indie IC TV. This is not a guitar. That's a TV. You asshole. Okay. So speaking of, if it's a Telly, but it's got P90s, you still call it a Telly. So what the fuck do we call this?
What the fuck is this? It's like, somebody just like, merged and replaced a Telly in a Flying V. And
they just sawed a Telly in half. No, not that way, the other way. And then did the same thing to a Flying V and then put them together. You know what would be
horrible.
Better? It's horrible. What would be better is if they sawed both guitars in half, right? Except they threw away the back half of both guitars and just put them together, and you have a double neck, except one of them's left-handed.
Yeah.
And then you're playing with your buddy. It's like a tandem bike. That would have been maybe a first place guitar if somebody had ever built that shit.
This sucks. This guitar
fucking
sucks.
Dude. You know what? I've seen this before.
Yeah, I have too, and they're horrible.
It's
like
this is who.
It's a joke. Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's a $400. Like somebody. It looks like it too. It looks like somebody took a legit neck and then just a bunch of like Warmick parts or whatever, and like carved it. Oh, well, I've got a bandsaw, and they just like carved this like for no reason.
Yeah, like you think it's just like put together with dowels and then wood filled and painted over.
But look, they're showing us the fretware. This is new thing where you get the strings out of string trees. What is this? Indie. It's not. It looks like they put legit hardware on it. It looks like these tuners and everything.
Okay, so now
I don't
if
like
you
that
had to
shine
go
on the neck either. That gloss.
If you had to go through, okay, first question: would you play it? I think we know.
Okay, no. Okay, no. Unless Unless I was in a band like yours and I was doing like an emo night.
You would play this at emo night? I wouldn't be seen. I wouldn't.
Oh, really? Am I misunderstanding the situation?
Like, I hate it so much. It's fucking so dumb.
I think if you're at a theme night and you turn up and you're like doing something where you can put on a flashy jacket and be in a costume a little bit, you can play this guitar.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
You know? And it's like, tonight it's like, what are we doing? We're doing a bunch of 90s emo, or is that too early for emo? Anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so like, I think if you say like, right, it's like a hybrid of that Nashville twang, like chicken picking thing with glam.
It's that it's a joke. Like, so when you say would you play it, like I'm kind of thinking like, it's not would I play it, it's think of the situation in which it would be okay to play this. That's kind of how I'm taking it a little bit, right? And so I think the situation is you're basically doing a costume gig. Right?
For me though, like me personally, Derek playing a flying V is extremely unlikely in the first place that would even be weird. So like I think I'd rather go with that.
so just like,
case.
Like this fucking it looks like this is really shoehorned in there.
It really is, yeah.
The so like you wouldn't ever play it, like even at an event where it's like, hey, we're like sort of dressing up and doing a thing, you wouldn't ever play a flying V anyway. So
I mean I would play a flying V before this thing for sure.
Yeah,
but otherwise, I don't know.
See, I could see this being funny for me to play at something like that. But that's it, right? And I hate everything about the neck is terrible, and I hate everything about it.
It sucks.
The fucking the butterscotch, like there are ways,
butterscotch
like,
flying V. Fuck you.
Right, exactly, and it doesn't even look.
Flying V.
It looks like it's not right. Like I can't tell if it's just the photography or whatever, but it looks like if you put a real butterscotch telly next to it, it would be a different yellow, and you'd be like, oh, this thing's fucked up. Like this is like so the Home Depot version of the color, right?
Yeah.
So you get third place, you little shit.
It's more like I can't believe it's not butterscotch. Right?
Yeah. I like that. So, okay, so if we go back here, if I were to restructure this, is what you were about to ask me, right?
I was going to ask you that, if you had to reconfigure this list.
Okay, so let's just jump back through. So I'm going to try to put this...
reorganize the tabs in order there, maybe.
Maybe. I'm going to try. All right, so...
I think that's still number one, though. Like, that thing kicks so much ass.
What did I give the Cadillac?
The Cadillac was 6th.
It's better. Yeah, it's because it's better than that fucking piece of shit, this thing. So this bass is still first. I got that right. The bass is first. The Samick thing... The Samick thing is... So do I think the Samick thing is better or worse than the Cadillac thing? This is the question in my mind.
I think it's better, personally, but I mean, I don't know, man.
So I think it's better, like if I had to play one, I think I would rather play the nutsack guitar.
Yeah.
But I think the nutsack guitar doesn't have a place in the world, whereas the Cadillac thing, if they just fix the alignment, it would be something that a ZZ Top or something like that could play and look really cool doing it.
Texas blues.
So I think it has a place in the world. So I think this one is worse, even though I would rather play it. I think it's worse than the Cadillac guitar.
It's a worse guitar, yeah.
So I think I would move the Cadillac to 5th and the Samick thing to 6th.
Okay. Yeah.
The stupid telly indie TV thing, ICTV thing.
Clearly last.
Last. Right? Yep. And what used to be last? The Zakk Wylde?
The Zakk Wylde,
Wait, that means I just kicked Zakk Wylde up to 4th at minimum.
This is so hard.
Where is it? No, it's over here. But this is just a regular guitar. So that's the thing. There probably are people who could play this and be fine. Like Kiss could play this, and it's terrible because it's branded the wrong, right? But like,
yeah, but I see what you mean. Like,
it's probably fine to be in, what do I have, fourth? It moves up to fourth just by default, and it's not because I like it. It's because it's a real guitar, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that you probably can't play.
The Burns Flight Concorde still in second?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Because that's of the 6 strings here, this is the one I'm probably most likely to play personally.
Mm-hmm.
And then this thing is left with third, which where was it before?
Fourth.
It was fourth before. Yeah, it should move up. The ultra rare, third.
Yeah, this feels good.
Yeah.
We've done good work here tonight.
Right. This is very important stuff that we definitely did a good job
This was
of.
the most guitar content we've discussed in quite a while, I think. So
what's our clock here?
Hour and 10?
Yep. That's cool. That's fine. That's yeah. Fantastic. I love it. All right, I'm going to take We've had a lot of fun here today. I just want to take a moment to remind the children, putting jewels on things doesn't automatically make them better. And neither does really good wood carving.
Right.
Necessarily.
Nor does crystal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah, anyway.
Maybe we could do this every now and then. I think it was funny.
It was funny, yeah. Space them out, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be too stressed. I have to.
We can do a proper tier list.
I got to do
sometime.
some for you too. We'll have to flip it next time. And
good idea.
Have you?
We'll do like a regular like A through F list or something, like S through F list, tier list kind of thing.
Well, reply in Discord. Let us know, is the locking it in thing and then going back afterwards and deciding if we change our mind, is that cool, or should we just do a tier list? What's better?
Yeah, I've seen this in rank these potatoes blindly without knowing what comes next, and it's like tater tots. Right? Is tater tots number one?
Good.
What about French fries, waffle fries,
number
like
2.
baked potato, like all these things come. See what I mean? So like yeah.
What about the potatoes you didn't even know about? So last week, we had a get together with some friends. We hadn't all been together in a while, and our friend who is from the Syracuse area, they were all brought from her natural habitat, salt potatoes.
Tell me. Oh, okay.
This is the thing. So basically, you're taking like small-ish like golds, and I think they just boil them in like extreme brine.
I've heard of this.
Yeah. And it's almost like it's like wet, but they're like a soft boiled potato with the skin on, and they're at first you're like, well, that's almost nothing. No, it's not. They're addictive. They're highly addictive.
Did you think at the beginning of tonight we'd end by talking about potatoes?
I mean, you're not going to believe me if I say yes. So.
I didn't not think that.
I definitely, what didn't cross my mind was we definitely won't be talking about potatoes.
Fair.
That never occurred.
Potatoes is always on the table.
It could be.
Hey, my printer just ran out of filament.
Okay,
so
that's time to end the show then, because
we got to wrap this up. I got to go switch a roll and finish up these droid parts.
Priorities, people.
I have a thing of the week that I want to share.
Okay, let me just play a quick little tag. And I don't really, so we'll get right out.
Cool. I just threw, I think it was the... oh my gosh, what is the word? Like the radio function of Apple Music at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
I was, had it on in the car driving to daycare, and this song Doomsday by Lizzy McAlpine came on, and it's from a few years ago, and I have been obsessed with this song ever since. It is my current favorite song. That's it. I just think everyone should give it a listen because it is, I think, criminally good. It has all of these like really tasty little vocal runs and these like really like surprising but very pleasing sort of tonal changes. It starts, it's like in drop C sharp on acoustic. So it's like low and kind of muddy and swampy. But then it's like ends up being like really bright and uplifting, but also then really dark at the same time. It's so cool. It's just got a vibe that I have not found in some music. And I'm unfortunately not finding the vibe in a lot of other music from her. So I don't know.
So this is like
what
the
it
song
is
that connects with
for
you.
me. This is the one that's just like a slam dunk. There's a video around on YouTube of her playing it live at the Grammy Museum, I think it is. And it's just her on a stage playing with solo guitar, and it's outrageous. The performance is so good. So give it a listen. I think Marielle would really like it. I've been sending it to everyone. It's like, it's my favorite song right now. That's it.
Sweet. Got it. Doomsday by Lizzy McAlpine. All right.
Yep.
Lovely.
Yep. From
Fantastic.
2021.
So that's it. That was good. See, it's this.
We can do it. We surprise ourselves.
Welcome once again to Zero
sometimes
Prep
I sit down,
with Justin and
I
Derek.
sit down in this office and I'm like, oh man, maybe this is the one,
Where we just call it off. It's the end of the show. You know what? Let's just do a clips episode.
It's a bottle episode. Okay, let's thank the patrons and
Let's do it.
And roll.
So yeah, you know what to do. If you like the show, check in the show notes. You've already been in there looking at the links so you could see what I was looking at. But while you're back in there, up at the top, newsletter, Patreon, Discord, do all the things. Patreon, if you can and you feel like it, no pressure otherwise. Newsletter, it's a good idea. So
it's kind of only for giveaways.
Yeah, and you're only going to get things out of it. We don't really get anything out of it.
We get pretty much
Discord.
Nothing,
Discord is what we get out of it because we get to hang out with everybody that's in there. So come on in and join Discord. It's free and fun. And that's it. So
we should organize a little bit of a game day again.
Oh yeah, we were doing like hangouts and stuff for a little while.
Patrons,
Yeah, we should.
We should.
Those were fun. The Discord has a lot more of that stuff now too, so.
They do.
Yep. All right.
Anyway, yeah.
So there we go. And then the patron, oh, right, there's music I'm supposed to play. Hold on. Wait, I know what I'm doing. All right. Thanks, everybody. It's fantastic. And special thanks to the patrons who support the show financially. And that includes Rabbi Bob, Stingo Rar. That's my favorite one yet. That one actually doesn't bother my brain for some reason. Carson Ricketts, Matthew Fenslaw, Ryzen Wolf, Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, Andrew Walsh of Andrew's Alcove, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, Doug Gann, normal name Eric. So did people vote that the name thing wasn't fun?
I think it's fun. I don't think you can. I think it's like the thing about a bit. You got to keep going.
Yeah, got to lean in.
Fully commit. Yeah.
All right. See you next time, everybody.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.